21. They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put millions of my actions. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. 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 Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Right, clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Brakatah.
Shalom, Yahweh Shishkatah.
All right, Damian, I see you trying to come on, but it says that you need to connect your mic before we can add it. All right, so season that we're in, you have been saying the song, Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year.
God.
But that song need to change. Christmas is the most dangerous time of the year.
Can.
This one season here kill more people than maybe the only thing that can top this amount of killing is the Muslim Ramadan. We have a lot of trampling and people dying from heat and things. When I check the Christmas season, and probably running the same. So you know that it's the most high that is killing the people for celebrating, for getting into the spirit, the Christmas spirit, the so-called Christmas spirit. Hey, shut up. You see your command, man, but it say you need to just add your mic. I don't know what happened.
Yes, you do. Yes, you know, like so you realize a bit
It, I say it command, just see what where the mic thing is about. It have to do with how you set up the thing. All right, we're live now. All right, so welcome to another episode of the Conflict Zone. Talking about the oppressor. The oppressor knows who the Israelites are. Put it this way: the oppressor knows who is not an Israelite. I was listening to a video, a podcast about what a day ago. I know there have been a discussion about Jerusalem, about the country called Israel now. And they were making reference to the Israelites. And they were, they made effort in stating that they're talking about the Israelites and not the Israelis.
Can.
So what? Interesting. As a matter of fact, I have a clip with that, which I will soon play. But this is a season which in the conflict zone we give you the business. We try to take our business spin to what we're doing. Our guide people, in the truth and commerce. Maybe we could call it that, the truth and commerce. And you find that even though what you're doing for every business, this time of the year is like a peak selling time. But really and truly, you cannot afford to get caught up in this time.
Can.
To get into the spirit of the season.
Shalom,
Because
Adawan,
it's really,
Shalom, Adawan, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah, sir.
Shalom, Yabashima Shabrakata. How you doing? Long time no see. All right, P wheels, you kind of. You jump the gun little. That's one of our scriptures, I think. Zechariah 11 and 5. Yeah, that's one of the scriptures. will be coming up. Let me see if we can find this one. We need it at 18. So you're doing Trooper Halak. How are you doing, Trooper?
I'm to wild, sir.
To up. All
Con,
right, good, good.
how about yourself, sir?
Well, halfway to up.
Most High in Christ.
But still hanging in there, you know.
Con.
And the season last week you said, you know, because the season you had to slavery got some demands on you. So they're kind of easy up now. Huh?
Salak
Trooper.
Adawan. Salak Adawan, can you say that again, sir?
Last week you said, I think you said you had some pressing time on the slavery because of the season. So I'm saying, how is it now this week?
Oh, it's a little better, Adawan. I was able to take a little vacation time.
Vacation time during this time?
Con, sir.
Oh, you so lucky. Normally this time of the season they hold on to you. And then give a vacation time after the holiday. After the Christmas Boxing Day time. Well, anyways, you know, let me play what these two Edomites were saying, talking about.
It's incredible. You know, if you look at the history of the Israelites, not the Israelis, but the Israelites, this is what they did throughout their history. Arrogance, disregarding their own scripture, worshiping the golden calf, and then someone like Nebuchadnezzar took them down.
Wow.
You see, I tell you, these Edens study our history, though.
Gun.
You hear what I'm saying? Look at the history of the Israelites, not the Israelis, but the Israelites, how we were in the land, basically saying being disobedient, worshiping the rolling calf, the golden calf, disobeying God until somebody like Nebuchadnezzar take us down.
And Salaki Adawan,
Yeah.
if I could, sir, he basically said, he know himself that the Israelis and the Israelites are two different people. He knows. Yes, he basically said it right there because he made a distinction.
Yeah, he knows.
Yes.
He distinctly, and that was the part that grabbed my attention. I said, hold on, wait. So you all know.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is, the Edomites who know, they are afraid to go up against the Zionists, They are afraid of being called anti-Semitic, they're afraid of being called a Semite.
Oh,
It's digging its own grave.
You saying something?
No.
Come on, sir. I don't want, if I could, one more last thing, sir.
Yeah.
He speaks as if he's happy that Nebuchadnezzar was able to take us down. I yield.
Well, he was trying to make a comparison between the true Israelites and those that are in the land. No, he's actually saying that the one in the land, they're not even following them own laws.
Right.
I'm going to see if we can back up a little. What he was saying before that. What about here?
It's going to be gone as an integral state in the region where it now exists. And that's because...
Right. He was saying that the state of Israel will soon be gone. So, and he's saying the same way like how the Israelites were taken down, the same way they want to get taken down. All right, let me play it back up a little bit more. And listen to what I'm saying.
This idea of domination is going to murder Syria, I think, because you saw when Lee went in to talk with Jelani and his people and insisted that he not have any contacts with Iran, just the surface of what the empire is going to do. The empire is not going to lift sanctions unless they do exactly what we want them to do. And if we don't lift sanctions, then it's almost impossible, even with Turkey's help and maybe others' help, it's going to be impossible for him to get out because sanctions are what ultimately undid Assad. So he...
All right, that what he's talking about there is about Syria. The part of him talk about the Israelis.
Is in motion that are designed to build chaos to the extent that they stop this inexorable power shift, and they will eat anyone on the periphery. They will destroy anyone on the periphery, ally, friend, or enemy. They will do that. I think Putin senses that. I'm not sure he's got this grasp of the great game that I'm suggesting is going again, and I hate that title of game because it isn't a game, it's existential. He senses that, he knows that. But you're right, if Russia and China and the BRICS Plus put up that wall of, shall we say, control, China likes to call it the ASEAN approach, the approach that attracts more people to it, the approach that builds more economic might, more financial might, ultimately replaces the dollar, thank you very much. The approach that says comedy and cooperation.
I'm talking about the
a clue about what I just said, nor do any of his principal advisors, and they're going to fall right into the trap.
Oh,
this is not a game. This is no game for the British to play in Crimea. Charge of the Light Brigade, into the Valley of Death, Road to 600. Well, this will be into the Valley of everyone extinguished on the face of the earth. This is a different confrontation. It's not a game at all. And we're just stoking the fires. And Donald Trump hasn't a clue about what I just said, nor do any of his principal advisors. And they're going to fall right into the trap.
Larry, one of the parties in the conflict in the Middle East, which is a very, I would argue, a very unpredictable party, is Yemen right now.
If they can get out from under the bombs to be predictable.
Yeah.
Israel's digging its own grave, Nima. It's digging its own grave with the people of the world, with the international community writ large in terms of law and criminal justice. It's digging its own grave. It's digging it in Gaza. It's incredible. If you look at the history of the Israelites, not the Israelis, but the Israelites, This is what they did throughout their history. Arrogance, disregarding their own scripture, worshiping the golden calf, and then someone like Nebuchadnezzar took them down.
What's so amazing to me, Larry, that those people who are
Try a different device. I'm on live. I'm on live now. You're right. So you hear what what him saying? Yeah, him saying
Gun.
this Israeli government is digging them one grave
Real.
right there in Gaza. And interestingly, that's how the scripture tell you that that's where it are going to start. And the cause of this of the war, the end war in these days, right there in the south, southern Israel, southern Jerusalem. They really call the whole land Jerusalem. So, interestingly, this is these. All right, you notice his title. The one who was speaking. You notice his title. He was a army colonel in the U.S. Army. He was a colonel in the U.S. Army. Colonel Lawrence Wilkerson. Now, and this is why you hear me tell you all the time that as much as you see them fooling us and fooling the world and things, they don't fool themselves.
Gun.
Right. So at his level in the army, he have to know some great truths in this world. So he knows that the ones that are there now, they are not the original Israelis. They are not the original Israelites.
Right.
And when I was watching, because I like watching this program that they do. Its name is Dialogue Works. Not really I give them more promotion, but while I watch them, they have a tendency to look on the events objectively, without bias. So they will call the shots as it is. They will let you know that they don't follow the news. What you see on the news. Russia is really gaining in Ukraine, regardless of the news trying to tell you that, trying to give a spin like, if they are winning, how comes they're doing this? Or if they are winning, how comes they're doing that? And here he is now giving you a spin on hey, shalom, sir. Yeah, Washington Shabrakata.
Yes. Yes, what's going on at here?
Not much.
Two up, sir.
Yeah.
Wow. So that means I'm going to have to play that video there for you again, but we're going to touch that scripture first. What should I do? Isaiah 5:20 or Zechariah? Let me see Isaiah 5:20.
Come, sir. The book of Isaiah, chapter 5. And verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. That
Right.
Come.
So this is what is happening right there in our land in the Middle East. You follow the narrative around what is happening with the Israelis. They are the good ones, ain't it? and you see Donald Trump getting ready to go against the Hispanics right there in America. Why? They are the evil ones.
Right.
And the same Donald Trump had what you call it again? His regime that is going in now. His administration. They basically give Israel, the Israelis a green card, you know. So do what is necessary for you to do to get to bring them under subjection, basically. Why? Because now in their mind, the Israelis are the good guys. But you know, the scripture, the same scripture is gonna is so much against them. Woe unto this administration that is coming in. They are calling evil good and good evil. Read on.
Come. That put darkness for light.
That put darkness for light. Right. Those people is really darkness for us. But you know, the Christianity and basically the rest of the world have them as the light of the world. Who is the true light of the world? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native. But we are the ones that they squeeze in the bottom. Oppression upon top of oppression. You know, kill us in the street. You name it. You name it, they do it.
Right.
That is how they are ruling over us.
Right.
Sink us to the bottom as if you know you are really some bad hombres.
Yes, Salake family.
Yeah.
Salakian, you know, coming in, you know, the time, right? Because again, you know, everybody prepared to this as we say, this holiday, you know, Christmas, right? And you know what we preparing for is to, you know, the dedication to remember brothers who dedicated, you know, their, as I say, their lives in upholding truth and justice in this society, so that our nation could thrive and our nation could be, you know, remembered for what, you know, other nations recognize the as you say, what we would stand for truth. And it's so important, again, why we tell brothers and sisters, you know, to come in, to join the live, come on, ask questions. Because as simple as, you know, they might think in their mind, what is going on here is something that, you know, could benefit our sons or daughters, you know, or children, and by extension, the nation. Because with truth and knowing truth is so important right now, and if you're privy to it, especially like how, you know, the Most High God, you know, and brought us true righteous black men, and is able to carry out and, you know, bring these reminders, is a glorious thing and right. And this is why we always tell brothers and sisters, you know, to come to these classes, to come to school. And a school is a place where you learn. And we were brought up under a family tree or a bloodline where we were always taught the right things. And this is why now what we see taking place is us going against what is right. This is why today, you know, or what we call brothers and sisters will get involved in celebrating Christmas, and not knowing that this was a custom, I would say, even the heathen and all, they themselves, say that this is a pagan custom. And if they can echo that out of their own mouth, much less for us who is right, I would say, who know truth, to echo it and to echo it to our people is of utmost importance. So we'll take it flight. Because why? The Most High God would always be at the author, or the, I'd say, the instructor of all that is taking place. And he would make that, as we say, that righteous application in everything that he do and approve of it. Because why? Brothers and sisters, who is right? Crying out for justice, for truth, and to know that we suffer so long in this society that we asking the Father for justice, and we see justice is being being taken. It mightn't be how, as we say, a Christian pastor might do it or religious leaders might do it, but no, we know here in the ISUPK that justice would be so, that the Most High God would send, as we say, his most dedicated soldier or king, as we say, our son, to redeem us from this society and, as we say, the wickedness that all brothers and sisters are caught up in. Right? So I just want to bring that.
Yeah, this whole season. I remember we don't much street this year, but the last year or year before last, we were on the street. And here, we say, all right, we're going against. We letting our people know that they should not celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Flyers, we talk to people and things. So we come upon some young. They were young boys, not young men, young boys.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like they were street boys and things. So we give them the flyers, and first they say us and they say, "Whoa, no, look good, man," and look, they might admire the dressing and thing. And they ask what we about and all that. So we start telling them, you must celebrate Christmas. And then give me back the flyers and say, "Oh, we're not talking about, man. Young you could boy them, Christmas are the happiest times." So from as young as that, they have. So even though the oppressors know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And this man who we play earlier, him look at him as like the far right. So the far right know that we got into the mess that we got into because we were celebrating. No play it and you tell me who it remind you of before me say what I'm going to say. Tell me who it remind you of. Allow me to put it back on screen.
Confrontation. It's not a game at all. And we're just stoking the fires. And Donald Trump hasn't a clue about what I just said, nor do any of his principal advisors. And they're going to fall right into the trap.
Larry, one of the parties in the conflict in the Middle East, which is a very, I would argue, a very unpredictable party, is Yemen right now.
If they can get out from under the bombs to be predictable.
Yeah.
Israel's digging its own grave, Nima. It's digging its own grave with the people of the world, with the international community writ large in terms of law and criminal justice. It's digging its own grave. It's digging it in Gaza. It's incredible. If you look at the history of the Israelites, not the Israelis, but the Israelites, this is what they did throughout their history. Arrogance, disregarding their own scripture, worshiping the golden calf, and then someone like Nebuchadnezzar took them down.
what's so amazing to me, Larry, that those
So tell me now, sir, what story does that remind you of? He knows that the Israelis are not the Israelites. I am saying, if you look at the history of the Israelites, not the Israelis,
Right.
it was a similar thing that they do in that disregard their own scriptures,
Right.
worshiping the golden calf and so on, until somebody like Nebuchadnezzar took them down.
Mhm.
So him now knowing what bring us down, what story in the Bible does he remind you of?
That going straight back to actually that plenty I have a couple, but like how he recognized something, it just kind of draw me to this now, right? And this is why he could say this because I know, and that's why again in the Sabbath service in all our feast days we'd always bring out Psalms 83, right? When David in his prayer he let him know don't keep silent because all of them have a conspiracy and they conspire and they know because now if he could know not the Israelis but the Israelites, now it as I say it have let me say it might have jog my memory a little bit well so on it but
All right,
yeah.
Salaki, let me prick your memory a little. It's in Maccabees.
Right.
No, sorry, not Maccabees. Judith. It's in
Judith. Right.
Yeah.
With the Ammonite yeah.
Achior. I think his name was Achior.
Yeah.
The Ammonite captain.
So yeah.
And he gave his story as to what really bring us down.
Right. See if I can find it.
So this man, being a former army general in the US, when you reach his level in the army, you have to know the truth.
That's right.
That part I missed when he was talking. I didn't know he was an army general. So if you say army general, one of fan.
I don't hear you. Repeat.
I say like how you make mention we is now army general. They will always know have a lot of insight, especially when they're high in rank.
That's right.
High in rank.
Sorry, not a general, a colonel.
That was it. Right.
Yeah.
So in a certain rank, you might be privy to certain information.
That's right.
So and this is no coincidence because even in the class and all earlier on with Captain Nata, where Officer Zahn was bringing out, and this as we say this beast would come up and say that this is a pagan custom. This is and he running it down and he breaking it down. Now it shows now again the spirit behind this beast and again that's why it say never trust your enemy. Never. He say for as iron rusted, so is the wickedness of the wicked. They would always be who they is. But we as a people being so let me say that spirit wanting to do right because now this is who he is. We pick up a culture that no longer we want to do right, but we want to follow. And that's why you see now, just again from the beginning, what we do, we start to clothe ourselves and after their customs, after their ways. And what started happening to us? Now we find out vexed with we, right? So that way bring out there, as I say, it on point to as well too, as a good reminder. So when these beasts and them, as you say, when them devil them come out, now as you say, we could draw pointers like this. So what we're doing now is just like we were reminded. We telling brothers and sisters, well, look, this is the same beast who you're saying that, oh, hey, God said to love everybody. Now he telling you the opposite. He's showing you the opposite and not loving and just sticking to their own. And this is why again, the most I God, I say doing some right now, and we should pay attention. It's that.
Okay. Damn right.
So, there's also another part that you can pay attention to in what is happening here. If you notice, the colonel was talking, the other guy, he never looked amused or anything by what he was saying. It's like in their circle, it's common knowledge. Yeah, all right. Take a look at it again. It's like common knowledge in their circle.
Right.
Look on the face of the other guy. I think he is the host of the program.
A very unpredictable party is Yemen right now.
If they can get out from under the bombs to be predictable. Israel's digging its own grave, Nima. It's digging its own grave with the people of the world, with the international community writ large in terms of law and criminal justice. It's digging its own grave. It's digging it in Gaza. It's incredible.
You don't like what he's saying. You don't like
the history of the Israelites.
Come again?
I say the dude on the, as you say, on the left now. He's saying this man, this old man, he not supposed to be talking this right now on this airwave. There is some that they sit down in the private, that you see in the background and chat about now. But the information he bringing out here, is exposing a lot of exposing them now. And again, die the Lord. So now, just as I say, he know everything we're saying because nothing common to him, but it's some that they won't talk in open or talk in, let me say, on a live format. But
right. But they talk it in their circles.
Yeah, can.
That's what I'm saying. Because when you look at all right, the host, his name is Nima. So him call and say, him talk and say, Nima, so and so and so. Him don't look astonished like, wait a minute. You mean those are not the descendants of those people? It's like, yeah, I know, you're right, and so on.
Its own grave with the people of the world, with the international community writ large in terms of law.
You're saying something?
Yeah, because why? Why not? Because now remember now in our record they say, teach this unto your sons and your sons' sons. This dude here, he younger. So now we been brought up now. He been brought up to the knowledge and knowing certain things. So now, as I say, he wouldn't be like, so excited because now all of them, he just older. So now it's like I make my time, so I just my mouth loose, not knowing again all of this is the Lord. So now if was as we say two younger cats here, they might have be in our background talking because this is nothing common. So that's why he go have a look on your face. You already know. You already know.
Ah,
It's okay.
you already know. And what he's talking about with Yemen, it's interesting how Yemen being such a poor country.
Mm.
Yeah, and he's able to put him missile, get them missile, put his missile up, shoot down even some American plane we have down there.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Law and criminal justice, it's digging its own grave. It's digging it in Gaza. It's incredible. If you look at the history of the Israelites, not the Israelis, but the Israelites, this is what they did throughout their history: arrogance, disregarding their own scripture, worshiping the golden calf, and then someone like Nebuchadnezzar took them down.
Mm-hmm.
What's
So like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like how we say that day, he said that he make that statement bold to that. So now it's like this. When we do wrong, they could be able to overthrow us. And he making that statement, it showed that how the same thing happened to us today. Because now we started worship who? Their God. We started worship Caesar. And what happened to us? The commander do what? The take we over. Rome take we over. Greece take we over. All of them take we over.
That's right.
Right. So all right. He's not. He's a former colonel. All right. He have that knowledge. What about the ones who have the knowledge and have power? He doesn't have any power. Meaning he's retired. He's not holding any office with any power over us,
Yeah.
really. What
Yeah.
about the ones who know the story and have and is in the offices over us?
But remember our next thing too. He have white privilege. So now despite our power and despite our rank, he have a privilege, which they will always do, and we see it throughout. Even when let me look at the example. Let me say Trump in
Hold on,
office right now.
hold on, Salak, sir. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that he's not privileged, I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
he has this knowledge, but he has no power. Imagine the
Right.
one who have the knowledge and have power.
Well,
That means that one knows how to sink us.
right. Yeah.
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 So all them one who you
Yes,
see
sir.
with power was generals and thing. Yes.
So like, yes, sir, if I may, sir. You know what I mean? It appears as if, you know what I mean, the position went wall because this knowledge, another knowledge that the typical oppressor have. Like the typical oppressor don't know that we are the Israelites and the Israelis are not the real Israelites. So the position where him used to hold probably give him this information. And the way he must say it, they can know say he must say something where, you know what I mean? Him know the common man don't know. You understand? The pride where him
Yeah,
stay.
him know it.
So like, yeah.
No. But I'm saying if the heights when we reaching at the army, he would have known because just like how you say Putin take time and teach film general. You remember that when we give in general the Black Christ?
Kind of one concert.
Yeah. So them teach them have to, you tell the lies, but those in control the ones, the puppet master then. Let's call them the puppet master. The ones that are the puppet master.
Gun.
Puppet master have to know the truth.
Right.
So that him know how to pull the strings.
Gun.
Because they know that even though they are pulling the strings and keeping us down, they know there's a God in them. And some of the videos that they had, some videos that we see during the time when they were talking about the drones over in New Jersey, there was one. I think it was this same program too. I should have taped that one where them say they were interviewing somebody who was saying that, you know, these are not the drones like the crafts that the most I would have. I say, hold on, what going?
Who's Silakia? Say that again, sir. Who said that?
I think it was, if it's not this program, is another one. They have two of them when we listen to them know, we realize that them know some truth.
Okay. Got one.
And they normally they normally analyze what is happening in the world based on the truth that they know. So when they were talking about the drones, I think one of the persons say the drones that they are seeing is not them are not the drones like
UFO.
Yeah, like in the Bible, which is the Most High drone. I said, perhaps need. So I don't know, so the Most High have some drones.
Silakia, him use the word Most High drones.
More, not drones, man. Craft or ship.
Him use the word Most High.
Yes.
Silakia.
Yeah, and it's the same thing like what in the Bible.
Got one culture.
I said, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Got one gun.
Hey, that's why the scripture says that the man who know the right and do the wrong shall be what? Flogged with many stripes. You can draw and look for that scripture there for me. He that know the right. I think somewhere in the proverb. Know the right and do the wrong. It was you all in the story about Akiar. Who had the story about Akiar in Judith?
Silakia.
Judith, Silakia, the one I think it's Judith chapter 5 and 20, sir.
All right. Judith 5 and 20. Yeah, that Judith 5 and 20 would summarize what we're saying. And Officer Kayadwan, search for the scripture for me.
In Judith?
No, not that one. I found Judith. I soon put it up. You have Judith up there. Is Judith that?
Yeah, kind of one cancer.
Oh, the other one about flag with many stripes. You know the right and do the wrong. The man who know the right and do the wrong shall be flogged with many stripes or stripes.
Kind of one can. Luke 12 and 47 to 48. Let me put it up, sir. 1 second.
All right, we're going to read this one first.
Kind of one can.
All right, so Trooper.
Come, sir. The book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
That's basically what he was saying.
Yeah.
The Israelites, not the Israelis, but the Israelites, disobeying their own scriptures, worshiping the golden calf, doing all manner of things until somebody like Nebuchadnezzar come up against us. So basically what he's saying is that the Israelis, the ones that are there now, they are going to lose their kingdom.
That's right.
That's what he was saying. Talking about the Yemen and the other countries that is coming up. That's why them say Donald Trump don't have a clue the trap that he's walking in.
Can.
That's what he's saying. But most time, the oppressor talk, you take what him say with a grain of salt and you have to do your own analysis and know where them talking. But I realize that, you listen to some of them, especially some talk show like this, you hear them spit out some things where you wonder if they have been watching our classes and our street side, our camps. You understand? I say, you like the time when the person who, I said, I can't find back that one that video then. But it's just a clip, a small part, like I'm gonna have a small part in this. So most time if you don't really mark the thing right away, you don't really catch it back. But basically they were saying that the drones they are what is up in there in the sky is not the same thing that is in the Bible. I said, hold on. So you know that what is in the Bible is no fairy tale.
Can.
And they also say that they have been seeing these flying things from way back as far back in the 40s. Way back. But they have never been hostile to them. And they just leave them alone. Them said they don't bother us, we don't bother them.
Mm-hmm.
We say, well, how are the backside of going here, sir? This is where you can, but it was a person who used to work with either Air Force or top CIA in those things from earlier on in the year, and he's now retired. So they mention things they used to see happen while they were serving. You understand? So most time you listen to them program these are podcasts outside of the regular news narrative. In the news they feed us some narrative where they want the narrative that they want to use to deceive the population. They feed it in the news. But in some of these podcasts now you get some narrative where make you think and say, oh, so you all know what is happening. You all know, which means they know that they are going to face the Most High at some point in time. I face Christ and them same drones.
Yes. So
Well,
like
not
I think,
drones, but crafts, spacecraft. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So like right, and I make a little move, right? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Right, so I just saluting you all out, right?
All right. Shalom.
Yeah,
You have
sure.
a
All right, sir.
Yeah,
Shalom.
yeah,
How much?
sure. So
Shalom, Adwan.
All right. So the message this evening to our people is the person know how to keep it down. Whether he's going to move on it or not moving on it because him don't have the power or him not really with that, but him know. But the point is the oppressor knows how to keep you down, how to get you down and keep you down.
Can.
The only one who don't know is we don't know how to keep ourselves up. Because what he says there, this is the whole crux of the whole truth of the whole truth that we are in about keeping the Most High laws so that we don't lose our kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here he is, telling you casually, them Israeli and they're going to lose their kingdom because the Israelites did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And him telling you Donald Trump don't have a clue that the trap is set up, what trap is set up there for him.
Right.
Don't have a clue what he's walking into. But that is interesting because that's how the Most High work, you know. And Donald Trump is a very arrogant man, you know. Donald Trump feel that he is the baddest, the US is the baddest thing in the whole world, you know. But it's in that arrogance that you get cut down.
Gun one gun.
All right, we have one more scripture before we go. Zechariah 11:5 to. Hold on, which the scripture that you holding a scripture?
Gun one gun, sir. We have Luke chapter 12 and verse 40.
12 and what?
Chapter 12 and 47, sir.
All right. Go ahead.
Chupa Alak, you have it? Or you want me to read it?
Which start at 46, sir?
No, 47. Baba Koshar.
Khan, sir. Khan. Luke, what chapter is this out of one?
This is chapter 12. Luke chapter 12 and verse 47.
Khan. Luke chapter 12 and verse 47. And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
Right. Well, it's saying the same thing like what Psalms would be saying. That servant, that what?
Which knew his Lord's will.
That knows the Lord's will.
And prepared not himself.
And prepared not himself.
Neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
Shall be beaten with many stripes. And tell us how enough lick for him.
Right, got one can.
So, you know, them up there playing, it's basically the bottom line also what he's saying, you know, is that our downfall is our fault. You realize that?
Got one can, sir.
Basically telling that our downfall is our fault. We never did follow. The Israelites didn't follow them own scriptures, as you may can put it that way. They had disregard for their own scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, what can we say? All right. So, finish now. That was what, Luke? We can go on to Zechariah 11:5 to 7. Oh.
Salakia, say that again, sir.
Zechariah 11:5 to 7.
Can one can.
Khan, the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Right. So, you know, he's in the same spirit of that's the oppressor spirit. You blame the victim. And him don't even realize that him do it. Don't even realize that's what he's doing. Continue.
Common sir. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
Mm-hmm.
And their own shepherds pity them not.
Right. So, you know, to our brothers and sisters out there, you know, don't believe that you putting your trust and your faith in these oppressors is going to get you any pity. Is going to get you anywhere with them.
Right.
They kill you, they sell you,
Yeah.
and then turn around and have thanksgiving over you and says that they are rich. And they appoint the same shepherds over you know, them same pastor, yeah, them give theological college for them to go. Them call them what? Seminaries, theological seminaries.
And one concern.
Yeah. And you notice that these pastors have no pity.
Kind of one gun.
When if they catch a man with a gun and kill him, you never hear a church come out and say they should have them to carry them in and try them. What you man do with it? You know, if you have it, blah 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 blah. A gun is like a knife. It's for your protection and it's for other things. You can hunt with a gun to feed yourself. When bird season in Jamaica, they have the gun. They shoot bird.
Gun on one gun.
Mm-hmm. You have a licensed firearm and somebody come into your home to arm you and your family, you protect yourself. Right? You come up with all these movies and things and you show the ordinary man gunfight and everything about gun, and then you make it available to him because you did not properly monitor your ports so the guns come in.
Right.
Then him get it to buy for your own carelessness. And then they're going to say, so in other words, I was like, you have a man who really hungry now, and you put the plate of food in front of him. And when him take something out of it, you beat him.
Gun on one gun.
And tell him, say, if you resist it, you shouldn't take any out of it.
Gun on one gun.
That's how they treat these young men. You know, how about not allowing them to have the guns in the first place? And you can't tell me say you can't. You can. But when we look at how the system is set up, you have the courts, yeah, you have Hollywood making all the kind of movies, you know, show you how to gunfight. I still remember them cowboy movies there. Yeah, and they are still there. You can find almost all of them on YouTube. That show you about gunfight. And it's when you really learn about firearms, you know that what you were seeing in the movie. A real gunfighting tactics you're seeing in the movie. And they go and they try it.
One gun.
And the next thing they want to do is buy a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so all right, I think we can just read 5 here. I probably don't have to go all the way down to 7. All right, so we're gonna close out. We're gonna close out now. Comments, statements.
Salakia, just to add to your point that you make a while ago, sir. You know what I mean? And to top it all off, they make it hard for you to get your legal firearm. So it's as if them you go up on the wrong side of the law.
Right.
I don't want gun.
How easy it is to get a legal firearm. It's difficult. How easy it is to get an illegal firearm. Why is it so easy?
Kind of one.
Why is it so easy? And to get the shot them feet.
Mm-hmm.
To get the shots for it. I mean,
Kind
and they
of
want to say that is the license firearm holder them and sell the shot. Which license firearm holder sell which shot? See
where
him,
them get so much shot from.
I see him cops them, man.
God.
See him cops. All right, so to our listeners, don't get caught up in the spirit of this season. If you have the buy and sell and thing, and this is the time of the year you see the most vendors. Now you can't be a vendor in the season trying to hustle on the season and say you don't celebrate Christmas. Yeah, man, you're capitalizing on to, which means you're getting the spirit too. You're getting the Christmas spirit. That's the danger, I mean, you have the Christmas tree, you have the Christmas cake, you have this, you have that. Them in themselves is meaningless. But it's when you get into the spirit of doing the wrong thing. That's what the Most High mark you on. You get so in the spirit of doing what is wrong. Most High don't forget it. All right, so Trooper Allah.
Come, Counselor.
Anything from you?
Last, another heavy class, sir.
All right, Tawada. Shalom to our listening. This is ISUPK Jamaica. We teach since 1979 that blacks, Hispanics, and Native are the true Israelites of the Bible, and that we must follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Right.
Okay, Shalom. Remember to like, subscribe, and share.
That's right.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Yabba Shaka Thumb.
Yahweh Shimon Thumb.
Yahweh Shimon Thumb.